Hey friends, coming to you live, and I'm going to try to talk quick. I always want to keep these Yours in Writing episodes to less than 15 minutes. I told you about them last week when we got started, and now we're getting rolling. We have Writing Craft, Yours in Writing Business, and Yours in Writing Industry. And today I'm bringing you Yours in Writing Craft session, and we are going to be talking through to it, through it, and do it. And I went all the way to the end of my slideshow instead of the beginning. But we're going to talk about to it, through it, and do it, how you get past writer's block, coming to you in just 15 minutes. So there are 3 different types of writer's block, and they are to it, through it, and do it. As I said, our Yours in Writing is always going to be in that rule of 3, and I probably am going to have some alliteration for you. But what are these different types of writer's block? So writer's block is it can be such a victim's place to live. Oh, I just can't write right now. And believe me, honestly, you can see I'm kind of coming to you. I'm a little under the weather. I'm coming to you late because I'm finally able to get to you today. So I know what it's like to kind of feel like you can't do it. But what is the difference between identifying that you're in that place versus trying to fix it? So it's one thing to say, I just can't, I have writer's block, and then you freaking quit and you don't get the book done. And you're supposed to be a professional full-time working writer, or at least a working writer, even if it's not your full-time job. You're trying to complete it. So don't just say you can't because of writer's block. Figure out what that kind of writer's block is that you have, and then I move on from it with different strategies. So that's what we're going to talk through, hopefully just in less than 15 minutes. So what is a to it writing block? That means there is something that is preventing you from getting to the writing. This tends to fall in 3 categories. 1, it's your time. Your time could happen in an emergency state when maybe projects haven't lined up the way that you had hoped that they would. Your time can be because you did not capacity plan. Or your time could just be all of a sudden you're in a life change, you're in a life transition, and your time is maybe not what it was a season ago, or certainly not a year ago. Is there a health issue? Is your mental, physical, or spiritual health suffering? And therefore, you really can't get to the writing because of something that you're experiencing in terms of your health. Or is there an emergency crisis that has to be dealt with that becomes a bigger priority? That could be a personal crisis, a professional crisis. It could be a crisis that is relational in your life. All of those are things that could be preventing you from getting to the writing, and that is why you are experiencing the block. When you are experiencing a to it writer's block, there are 2 things that you do. You look inward and then you look outward. First of all, you need to take care of yourself. If it is health, just make sure that you're getting yourself fully healthy and allow yourself to heal in the way you can, but don't allow yourself to shut down. This can be a pause. This should not be an ending, but get yourself healthy. Give yourself some grace. You know all of your deadlines. Your readers probably don't. And then get right. If it's a time and a priority issue, you're going to maybe need to do some re-examining of where things are falling and what is taking those priorities. Those are the different ways you're going to look inward. On looking outward, if you are having a problem with your health, communicate that, because your audience or your clients, if you're doing a writing for hire work, communication is key. So make sure that you're doing that communication. Communication solves most problems in the world, period, hands down. Second, do not be afraid to ask for help. We're really bad at this. We're entrepreneurs. We're used to working for ourselves. So asking others to help us is not something that always works out so well. But ask for help. People tend to want to help, and actually take them up on the help if it's the kind of help that you need. And then you might need to reassess, especially if it's one of those time issues. You might need to say, you know what? I need to reprioritize, or there are some things that are going to have to fall off of the menu. Or that reassessment might come in the fact that maybe you're just trying to do too much, and there might be a project that you're going to have to let go of. So that is our to it writer's block. Through it. Now let's say you're fine. Your health is fine. You're ready. You're sitting in front of the computer and you're looking at your script and you just can't get through it. Maybe it is that you're not planning, you're not inspired, or you're not connected to it. So what are your solutions if your writer's block is a through it writer's block? Two things: prepare and process. First, prepare. This is going to sound stupid, but just thinking time. Like, we go so flipping fast these days that it is very easy for us to forget that our greatest ideas come when we're just getting to think about things, when we're getting to just have a moment to reflect and look at the water, or look at a piece of art, or watch something, or sit in silence. Ooh, that's a good one for you. Listen to another audiobook, think, and allow that inspiration to really infuse your mind. Research. Once that inspiration is hitting you, how can you go deeper? What else can you look at? And research is not just a Google search or a ChatGPT search. Research is talking to people. Research is doing experiential things. I call it your experiential writing. So if you're talking about a runner and you've never run, go run a block so that you can see what it feels like. And then plan. I know I've got plenty of pantsers who follow me. I'm a plotter. But even if you are a pantser, you still need to have like your basic concept in mind, whether that's around your world, your character, whatever it is. Do your plan. Now that you've prepared, the second part of your solution when you're going through it is to process that preparation. First is to write what is related. Let's say you're still not in the story. So I'm going to take that inspiration and I'm going to say, you know what? I'm not ready to write that scene, but that inspiration gets me thinking about that character and the setting that they're in and what they're feeling at that time. So I'm just going to journal as though I'm that character, or I'm just going to kind of have a conversation with that character. That's going to be writing what's related to the story or game or whatever it is that you're trying to put on the paper. Next is to write what draws you. And what I mean by that is it's really hard for us sometimes to not write in order. But I'm going to challenge you to write out of order when you're not feeling it. So maybe you're being drawn to a high action scene, or maybe you're feeling really exhausted and you are a little bit maybe under the weather, just getting back into it. You just got through your to it, right? And so maybe you don't want high action. Maybe you want a restful scene, or you want a character connecting scene. Write the thing that draws you, because that'll pull you back into the story. And then next, this is the hardest one, is write something else. Just because you can't be in that story, if you can just at least keep yourself writing, it'll hopefully trigger something that's going to pull you back into it. You're not going to want to stay there forever, though, because then is where we're going to talk about the do it, which is the third type of writer's block. Are you just not doing what you should? And I will confess that I have 100% been here multiple times in my career. And there are 3 reasons that you sometimes just don't do what you should be doing. Distraction. And that can come in many forms. It can come in the form of taking care of your home because you're working out of the home and you're like, gosh, I should be putting in a load of laundry right now. It can come in the form of that phone that we always have with us. It can come in the form of being lazy, and we're entrepreneurs, so that requires a lot of self-motivation, and maybe you're just not driving yourself. Perfection. I'm going to just keep designing this world and 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 never writing about the flipping world. That's perfection. Don't do perfection. And direction. This is the squirrels. I am so guilty of squirrels. Yeah, I want to write this, but ooh, in the middle of writing this scene, I was pulled over to this other entire story or this business plan because I know now how this story is going to work when I'm actually selling it in the world. So these are the three big reasons that we might be stuck in the do it type of writer's block. And when that's the case, first your mind, then your action. So make sure that you have given yourself a space to write that's going to pull you into the writing. That does not mean you have to have a perfectly dedicated space. It means you have to have a space where you can think about writing. I know many, many people where it is a dark room on a cluttered desk and it is a completely uncomfortable chair. I don't recommend it for long terms. We'll talk about health in another yours in writing session. But if that's what drives them to write and get out the words that they need to get out that day, that's fine. Give yourself time. And I mean the time that you are thinking creatively. So if that is late night, if that is at lunch when you're sitting there and you're just like enjoying some outdoor time at your lunch, if that is at in the first thing in the morning before the world starts moving, whatever it is, and get disciplined. Set your mind to say, I am going to not get up from this chair until I write my 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 words, whatever it is you're trying to write in that sitting. Then action. You've set your mind, you've got your space and time and discipline ready. So just write the flippin' words. And you know what? They might be terrible. That's okay. Let it suck. Just get the words out. Then go back, review it. Let some things stand out to you. And if something really stands out, go, ooh, I want to go a little deeper on that. Maybe research it. And now refine it. And you're back in. So once again, the three different types of writer's block are to it, through it, and do it. And we've given you a whole bunch of strategies. If you're interested in this slideshow, I'll be happy to send it to you. Just go ahead and DM me all month long. Actually, not all month long, throughout the rest of this year. All of my Yours in Writing videos are coming to you, sponsored by the CRAFtT audiobook. If you sign up at redwritesbooks.com between now and the end of the year, you will get the ebook of CRAFtT completely free. I'm sending those out beginning this September 19th. That is just 4 days from now. That's Friday when the audiobook is first available. You will get that ebook, and in that ebook, you will have the link, but you will be able to get the audiobook from soundbooththeater.com. I'm super excited about it. I know you guys are going to love it. Again, all from now until the end of 2025. If you sign up at redwritesbooks.com, beginning on September 19th, I'll be sending those ebooks out for free of CRAFtT. And so you will be able to follow along as you listen to it on the audio that you can pick up at soundbooththeater.com beginning this Friday, September 19th. Super excited. I'll tell you more about that in my Thursday thoughts this week. And I will be coming to you live all day with a takeover with the audiobook narrator, Rebecca Brokaw Sands, when we release on Friday, September 19th. Thank you so much for joining us today as we have been in our end of daylight. I have to tell you, I have a little more light out here than it looks like we have in here, but I've made it in under 15 minutes. I'm glad that you've joined us. This has been Yours in Writing CRAFtT. Do it, to it, through it, and do it. How to tackle the three different areas of writer's block. Don't forget to sign up at redwritesbooks.com for my newsletter. You will get that ebook for free. Hope you all have a great night. And as I always say, be glorious.